So I think that these days there's so many women, like we're talking mainly to women here, I guess, who are living in a low-level state of anxiety. So how can this practice help people like that?
I'm laughing because it's one of those things, you know, when you know it in you, and it's like waiting for the words to connect to the thing. But maybe that's actually a place to start with it. So what I've noticed about anxiety is that it lives in my head, and there's like all this noise and all this like quick, fast energy up in my head.
So fast.
That it's like, you know, just, and then if I give it space, it's like, actually it's in my body too. It's just that I'm not walking around shaking like this, but that's actually what it is. And so to come out of that is there, I guess it's a balance of giving space for the release of it, as well as nourishing you with maybe what you haven't had that you've needed to help your nervous system relax a little bit, so that there's a feeling of safety, there's a feeling of groundedness, there's a feeling of trust that arrives. And so without getting into all the nuances of the nervous system and all of that, but what we always say at Embody is like, you follow what feels good in your body. So this isn't me or facilitating.
You're not performing. It's not a dance. It's not a dance. I think people really need to know this is not about dancing. It's about tuning in to the energetic body.
Totally. So there's no rules to follow. There's no guidelines. There's no poses to take. There's no, you know, step left or step right. It's about really learning how to track your own inner guidance to say, what would feel good in this moment. So if in this moment it's going to feel good to lift my left shoulder and have my arm come out like this, like I'm just going to trust that that's what I need right now. And there's something about creating that trust within yourself that starts to chip away at the anxiety that's coming from external pressures. Because the more you can build in you that, like, oh look, like that didn't make sense to me, right? It didn't make sense, but I did it anyway and it felt freaking good. And so I'm going to do that again next time. You start to claim back, like it's like bringing back home all the pieces of you that you've somehow given away. And I've noticed that that's where anxiety kind of seeps in, is when you're so focused out there and you've kind of put everything, you've given away your power, that's where the monkey mind starts to panic of, wait, what's going to happen? So the more you start to, it's a process of, okay, let me breathe. Let me feel what's going on. Actually, I'm tired of sitting in this position because my hip is starting to hurt. So while a part of me might say, no, stay still, look good on camera, or whatever the story is around why you can't actually change. It's like, no, I'm going to move that leg out and I'm going to feel the breath, the exhale that comes with that. And it's slowing everything down. And now that tension that I've been holding in my body slowly starts to move its way out just by trusting the sensations